Her name was Rita Awuor Ojunge, 32 years old, a mother, a Kenyan woman. On April 7, 2019, she walked out of her room in a refugee camp in Germany. She left behind her purse, her bank card, her two little boys. Nobody searched for her seriously for 3 months. When they finally found her, her remains were burned in a forest. Just 200 meters from where she had been sleeping. She had spent 7 years in that camp waiting for asylum. She told management she felt threatened by a man across the hall. They ignored her. Her name was Fridah, Shironya. She left a stable teaching career in Nairobi for a Danish man she believed loved her. In the days before her death, she posted on Facebook, "Just because a man doesn't put hands on you doesn't mean he isn't abusive." Nobody answered her cry in time. She was found dead, her 10-month-old son beside her. Her name was Darrel Akinyi. She discovered her Scottish husband was cheating. When she confronted him, he strangled her. Their son Jimmy lost his mother that day. Her name was Mary Waithera, 27-year-old, a nurse, 8 years in Germany. The sole support for her family in Naivasha, including her diabetic mother. Stabbed on a Wednesday evening, her brother went to Kenya embassy for help. They redirected him to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Her family is still waiting for answers. 4 women, 4 European countries, all Kenyans, all gone. And almost nobody knows their names. Today, I need to talk to you about the pattern behind these names, because our sisters are still boarding planes, still chasing a dream that for too many of them becomes a grave. I know how this looks. The moment I speak this, the labels will fly. She's bitter. She's a hater. She just didn't make it. To be honest, I have had time to date the Europeans, and I can tell you for a fact that their superiority complex is to the next level. But I digress. I am not here to win a popularity contest. I am here to wake up my fellow sisters before the next name gets added to that list. We come from a continent kissed by the sun every single morning, rich soil, warm air, a community that is a heartbeat keeping us alive. Yet we are watching our most vibrant, most intelligent women uproot their lives to move to the most cold and spiritually empty continent in the world. We need to talk about the lottery mentality. We have been told by movies, advertisements, colonial stories that boarding a plane to the West is the ultimate achievement. When a girl starts dating a European man, the neighborhood celebrates. They treat her like a hero returning from a war she hasn't even fought yet. Prayers of thanksgiving as if God only gives blessings in the form of a Schengen visa. We have equated movement with progress, white skin with a safety net, but nobody shows you the other video. Nobody shows you the African woman at a bus stop in November, freezing rain, sun setting at 4 p.m., not returning for months. Nobody tells you about the soul-crushing silence of a European apartment, where your neighbor doesn't care if you are dead or alive. Fridah Shironya knew that silence. She left Nairobi, a job, a career, a community for a man she believed was a future. What she found instead was 4 walls, isolation, and a pain she could only express through Facebook posts that nobody took seriously until it was too late. You are trading the gold of the African sun for grey European pavements because you have been sold a lie that geography guarantees happiness. Let us talk about the man who thinks he saved you, because this is where the romance ends and the transaction begins. When a European man chooses an African woman, he often doesn't enter the relationship looking for an equal. He enters it looking for a project. He arrives with a savior complex. In his mind, you were nothing before he found you. He sees your life, your family, your country as a problem only his passport can solve. This is not love. This is power fantasy dressed in a linen shirt. Behind the savior is a silent ledger. Every dinner, every visa fee, every plane ticket recorded as a debt he expects you to repay with your soul. The moment you develop a backbone, the moment you have an opinion, the gentleman mask slips and the colonizer comes out. But before you even reach that point, understand the paper king economy. In most of African countries, these men look like kings. They spend euros in our malls and your head spin. But back in Germany, back in France, many of these men are nobody, ignored by women in their own societies. Tiny apartments, drowning in debts, quiet desperation. So they save up for a year and fly to Africa for 2 weeks or more. They put on a show. They buy the respect they can't get at home. They aren't looking for a wife to build a life with. They are looking for a domestic worker they can also sleep with. Darrel Odhiambo learned this the hard way. She moved to Scotland for a man she believed loved her. When she discovered he was cheating, when she finally spoke up, he strangled her. Their son Jimmy is growing up without his mother because she dared to speak. And then there is a digital trap luring more sisters in every day. You see a Kenyan woman on TikTok, designer bags, marble floors, luxury trips. What my Mzungu husband bought me, you think, why not me? But a prison can be made of gold. You are seeing 15 seconds of a 24-hour nightmare. Some of these women are being rewarded with treats specifically to keep them quiet. Influencers in public, prisoners in private. Remember our sisters went to the Middle East? The internet showed kind bosses and shopping bags. They didn't show the woman in the freezer next door while the new girl was making a TikTok in the kitchen. Same pipeline, different continent, same trap. Once you are isolated, dependent, and afraid, you might think, I'll call the police. The system will protect me. The system is not neutral. When you call the police as a black African immigrant woman, you are calling into a system that views you as the other. Your accent will be judged. Your pain will be labeled as aggressive. Your culture will be used to gaslight you. If it is your word against him, a white European citizen versus an immigrant wife, the system is often designed to believe him. He knows this. He uses it. Rita Awuor Ojunge knew this. She reported feeling threatened. She was ignored. She disappeared. They waited 3 months. Activists asked why they delayed. The answers was devastating. If she had been a white German mother of 2, the entire country would have been searching within 24 hours. Mary Waithera's family also learned this. 8 years she lived in Germany. 8 years she sent money home. When she was killed, her family sought help. The embassy redirected them. The ministry passed them along. A Kenyan nurse stabbed on a Wednesday evening and her family is still waiting for answers. This is not a coincidence, it is a pattern. And the immigration system becomes his weapon. Your visa tied to your marriage for years. He uses it as a silent threat in every argument. Without me, you are nothing but an illegal immigrant. He turns your legal status into a leash and you tolerate things you would never accept home because you are terrified that one wrong move means deportation and the shame of going home with nothing. Now, the most heartbreaking part, the children. We tell ourselves we are going for them. Better schools, better hospitals, better opportunities. But we never account for the psychological cost of raising a child in a house built on power struggle. They become silent witnesses to a slow-motion tragedy. They see their mother, the source of warmth and life, treated like a second-class citizen in her own living room. They hear him mock her accents, dismiss her intelligence, belittle her culture. And when you finally find your voice, when you decide you cannot take it anymore, he plays his final card. Leave me and you will never see your children again. He knows the court favors the stable citizen. He knows you are terrified of the system. So he turns your children into a cage. He weaponizes your maternal love to keep you in his bed and in his kitchen. Rita's two little boys were left in that camp. Darrel's son Jimmy lost his mother forever. These children are not just victims of a bad marriage. They are victims of a system that failed their mothers long before they were even born. If the price of a European education is watching their mothers be betrayed, the price is too high. Now let me leave you with something different, not just pain, but a vision. Remember the fairy tales? Did Cinderella pack a suitcase and fly to the prince's country? No. He brought the shoe to her house. Did Snow White uproot her life for a man she met once? No. He crossed the dark forest to find her. So why are you packing your entire life for a man who wouldn't cross a paddle for you? If a man truly loves you, let him cross the ocean. Let him deal with the jet lag, the culture shock, and the heat. Let him see where you come from. If he cannot travel to your world to understand your soul, he is not a prince. He is a predator. Stay home as long as you can. Buy that land. Build that house. Secure your future on African soil. When you have your own roots, you are not desperate. You are a woman of substance. If the relationship turns toxic, you have a home to run to. Don't let the plane ticket be the price of your freedom. When you are home on your own soil, you have the home court advantage. People who will notice when the light in your eyes starts to dim. Family who will step in when a man raises his voice too high. A paper king cannot bully a woman surrounded by her people. Rita deserved that protection. Fridah deserved that protection. Darrel deserved that protection. Mary deserved that protection, and so do you. So we say their names: Rita Awuor Ojunge, Fridah Shironya, Darrel Akinyi, Mary Waithera, and many other more. 4 Kenyan women, 4 European countries, gone too soon and forgotten too quickly. Not on this channel though. Share this with your sisters who needs to hear this. Subscribe because there are more names, more stories, more patterns to expose, and together we will make sure they are never forgotten.